Yeah, welcome back to DXB today. It is Mental Health Awareness Month around the world. And we're doing our bit here at DXB today by shining a light on mental health, men's, women's mental health, old, young, it doesn't really matter, it afflicts all. But we're also looking at the link between exercise and mental health. Does exercise improve your mental health? To that end, we put together some great guests, and our next guest is, in fact, a pioneer, a game changer, the first person of determination in the region to become a fully accredited personal trainer, helping individuals achieve their fitness goals. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome to the show and to the stage Sujith Varghese. Sujith, always good to see you.
Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure.
Really appreciate you coming on. I know I just put Ed on the spot asking the same question, so I'm going to do it to you as well for the interest of parity, okay? Because we're here to investigate whether exercise improves our mental health. Now, you're a man that lives and breathes exercise on a daily basis at the moment. You are a man who's broken records left, right and centre as well. Has that always been the case? Were you into exercise before the accident?
Not very much, but I would say what changed for me, what was a game changer for me, was getting back in the gym. Like for me, I was at one certain point of time, my mental health was very low and my physical fitness also was at a very, very poor stage. Getting back solely to the gym at the worst physical shape of my life changed my entire life, and it brought me a confidence which I've never discovered before in my body in 21 years.
But you mentioned your body there, but it had an impact on the mind straight.
100%. Like, you know, for me, getting back to the gym, when I was at the gym and I was working out, it was making me stronger. As an individual, it built my confidence up, because with my life story, how things have changed, going back to the gym, you know, lifting those weights, you know, putting in that work every single day, consistency, the discipline in what I was eating, the timing in what I was going, the hours I spent over there, made me much stronger mentally, you know. It built, and it gave me the confidence to start doing A to B, B to C, and rest is history.
World records.
Yeah.
So just if you don't mind me taking things back a bit for people who aren't that familiar with your world record, could you take us back to where your journey started from being a Dubai kid, just like me, and then all of a sudden getting a Guinness World Record? Tell us about this journey.
There's a lot during that process, but I'll tell you where my life changed completely. I'm born and raised in Dubai, and I did most of my education here, and I spent 3 years in my country, home country where I'm from in Kerala, to do my 11th, 12th, my higher standards. And moving to Bangalore to do my bachelor's in commerce. In my final year, I met with a bike accident. And I went into coma. I had underwent 18 plus surgeries, and I had a 40% chance of survival. And I was at 20 years of age. When I came out of coma and I came out of rehabilitation center, learning everything from scratch, including picking things from the ground, how to take a shower again, how to sleep again, you know, life came back to zero for me. I was taught like a child at the age of 21. And a lot of limitations were placed on me. Everyone was telling me what I can and I cannot do. So to be very blunt to you right now, my entire future was at a question mark. So I had to pick myself up at that point of time. And exercise played a big part in that. Working out in the gym played a big part in that, you know, in my confidence level. So that's how I managed to pick myself up and do one thing after the other. Because if I would tell you, even for me to step outside my house, when I told somebody, hey, I want to go outside, they're like, so it's not possible. We don't have somebody who can take you out right now. I mean, back in my home country when it was just, so there was a lot of limitations, let me tell you.
It's an amazing story, and I actually remember seeing you on the Jibber with Jabber podcast.
Yeah.
Way back when. But one thing that I was thinking about was, what was that switch that flipped?
Right.
You thought, you know what, I need to sort my physical health out. I know how I am, what's going on, but what happened?
So I'll tell you this. So before, just to brief you a little bit, when I was in school and college, I was a boxer. I was in a boxing academy. I was a basketball player. I was a sports captain. So I was super athletic and I loved racing bikes. So I was at 20 years of age at the best shape and mental side of my life. I'm like, I couldn't have it better, you know? And when this happened, I had everyone giving me sympathy. You know, when you feel you're 20 years of age, you're such a kid, and every single one is just coming and giving you sympathy and relating another sad story with what happened to you, you break down completely. You know, you do not see hope in anything anymore. Two things was the biggest game changers for me. Number one was watching a documentary on YouTube. Now, the blessing about this whole accident was I had so much of time to reflect as an individual. You know, I mean, I was so grateful for things I had. I started embracing gratitude. I mean, as individuals, do you know how lucky we are, where we are, the things we have, the clothes we have, the people that we have, the air that we're getting to breathe every single day. I mean, people should be grateful for it. At one point, that was a question mark in my life. So every day when I wake up with a lot of gratitude.
Amazing.
And so I had a lot of time to reflect on an individual as did I make sense in people's life? Did I do a difference? And watching one video, which was Dewey Bonzello's story, changed my entire perspective and gave me a question in my heart, Sujith, why not take a chance? Watching that Soul documentary. And second thing was taking that chance, which was an incident. Now, since I was listening to everyone telling me what is possible and what's not, I had a simple request at home, which was to sleep in my own room. The difference is my room was on the first floor of my house, and we didn't have a lift. So we only had stairs. And I asked my mom, day 1, day 2, day 3, she said, no, Sujith, not possible. We cannot build a lift. So what did I do? I had to do what I had to do. The one thing I wanted, I wheeled till the end of the stairs, and I picked myself from the wheelchair to the stairs, and I started doing backhand push-ups, one at a time, lifting my entire body, and I reached on top. When I reached on top, I was panting, I was sweaty, I was dead tired. But I realized something. I just did what everyone said was impossible.
Yeah.
From there, I never looked back. That was my shifting point.
Amazing. And that goes back to talk about before, the self-esteem thing.
Yeah.
Doing something which you didn't think you could do, and you do it a few times before you know it, you're like, okay, I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Right,
That's amazing.
right.
Incredible.
Example.
So, Sujith, I want to talk to you a little bit about the world record that you broke. So, we were touching on it a little bit while
Yes.
the
Well, I've
cameras
lost it.
were off.
I've lost it.
You've lost it?
Lost it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I found it. Don't worry.
So can you tell me, what is the world record for? How did it come about? Why did you decide that you wanted to do this? Like, so many questions.
So this is, I'll tell you how it came about. Actually, I started getting a little traction out there in 2017.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Chris Fade, released a song of mine on the radio without like my knowledge over there, which I was talking about, and that led me to winning an award. Then I did a lot of physical activities. I became a personal trainer. So every year, you know, my hope was increasing, my confidence was building. I was having the urge to make a difference out there, and people were watching me because I work out. I had so many people in wheelchairs message me, hey, I went to the gym because of you. I climbed stairs because of you. You know, so this was making my journey having a purpose. And in 2018, I pulled a car. I physically pulled a car that weighed like 1.5 tons. So when I did that, I was like, dude, now I have to do something on top. So I always thought to myself, what is the greatest achievement an individual can have? So for me, it was either a Guinness World Record or like, you know, equivalent to that would be an Olympic gold medal or something, right? So we're not getting into Olympics now. So I'm like, let me go for a Guinness World Record. And I genuinely believe in manifestation. So I used to tell it out to people out there, visualizing that I'm at a very big podium. You know, I've achieved some greatness, you know, in the actual weight of that word. And believe it or not, I was thinking about this from past 2 years, and in 2021, the mid of the year, I get a DM on Instagram from the senior PR manager at Guinness World Record, and all he tells me is like, hey, I've been following your page and your story, it's incredible. Just want to know, do you want to break a Guinness World Record? I'm like, this is the DM I've been waiting for, you know.
You manifested it.
I manifested it, and we got talking, we got chatting, and they proposed 10 things I could do to break a world record.
Okay.
But 8 out of the 10 were not physically possible for me due to my the core limitations I have. And the rest of the 2, one was pulling a car, but I'm like, wait, hey, I've done this, but this is just like 200 kilos more heavier.
Okay.
I'm like, no, we got to get more creative. So he goes back to the team, and they come back, and they in a week's time, and they're like, let's do a GPS logo. I was like, what's a GPS logo? Okay. So everybody follows a map on GPS.
Yeah.
I'm creating a map.
Okay.
But so he's like, you have to create it as a logo. So we got chatting, and then we decided, why don't we do the shape of a wheelchair? The biggest challenge of this entire event was I had to design the roads of Dubai had to suit me somewhere that would look like a shape of a wheelchair. And believe it or not, I mean, I tried, the first place I went to was Palm. Definitely because of the big round, but it's like an incomplete design. Then I went to JVC. My third option was the Global Village. All of them were failures in middle of the way. And being disappointed one day, I just see Burj Khalifa and downtown. I'm like, that's a perfect circle right there. And
Downtown is the best place,
I know,
what can I
right?
say?
And I started designing, and it's luck. It was what it happened to be one of the most perfect shapes of a wheelchair. And the only criteria was I had to do something minimum of 7 kilometers.
And what did you do?
This was 8.71. Wow. And there was a lot of things to it because, you know, there was a part where I'm going inside Dubai Mall. And you know, the roads under Dubai Mall parking,
Sujith, I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but you know what? We're going to keep you around a little bit longer, so hold that thought, okay? But now, today's spotlight is on the world's largest inflatable water park, offering thrilling adventures for visitors of all ages, alongside Dubai's picturesque beach. Testing your fitness levels through its infamous obstacle course, this is Aquafun.
Ahmed bin Sheba. I own Aquafun Water Parks, which is the world's largest inflatable water parks in the world. So we are in the business of creating happy memories. So it's not a problem, it's more of a need. So people are always on the beach, nothing to do. So we create a space for people to go stupid, have fun in the sun at Aquafun. Yeah. Dubai is home. It's where I'm raised. It's where I do everything in my business, and it's where I move around the world from. It's a very central place. You can meet high-caliber people all the time. It's just where home is. It's where amazing lifestyle, the safety, some things. Come to the beach, enjoy, have some fun under the sun, and post and talk about it. I think that's the best thing. Because again, people think it's just a normal water park. No, it's actually a full experience. You are on the water with your friends and your family and colleagues, and you're actually having different kind of fun. You're laughing at each other. So I think just come over and experience that and have fun under the sun. And then document it and post about it.
Aquafun is exactly that, and great to see the Aquaman himself there. Yeah, get yourself down to Aquafun, which itself is a world record breaker as well. We're surrounded by world records at the moment. Amy, it's over to you for the roundup.
Well, Tom, if you've been meaning to get fit, Urban Tribe Dubai is offering free fitness sessions every Saturday at Dubai Internet City Amphitheatre to get you on a healthier track. Yes, the class takes the attendees through high-intensity interval training, animal flow exercises, core muscle exercise, yoga, and specialised breathing exercises in a 120-minute workout, encouraging everybody to get fit both physically and mentally. I think this is a great initiative, getting people moving. I mean, we always say this, when we first came to Dubai, these things just didn't exist. You went to the gym, it was solo training, but now there's so much for people to do together, and you know, all these amazing facilities are coming out. What do you think of this, Adil?
I can actually vouch for Urban Tribe. I've been there quite a few times, and what's fantastic is it really is everyone from every place in every shape and every size. And that's one of the things that can put people off, right? It's like, oh, maybe I need to get fitter by myself before I can join these kind of communities. But actually, I encourage anyone listening to just go and just get involved with some of these groups, you know, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because people will genuinely love to accept you and respect you so much more for getting involved. And I get that sometimes it can feel intimidating, but sometimes you just gotta go buy some nice new gym clothes and feel good in your outfit and just go give it a go.
Yeah, that Tom, go get some new gym clothes. Don't feel intimidated.
Mine stinks.
I'll train you for free, Tom. I'll take you through a session.
Oh mate, I'm looking forward to that. Sujit, your thoughts on this one? You like this?
I definitely love it. It's like he was saying, you know, I have a lot of friends who took a chance and went to a session, and then they realized there were so many other people who did the same thing, you know, and now they're a group, and they've been doing it from the past 2 years.
You're an expert. You're an expert. These two think they're experts. So, question to you all: what on earth is an animal flow exercise?
Literally moving like an animal.
Move like an animal.
Moving like an animal. But think about how we are all the time. We're sitting like this, we're very stiff in where we are, but being able to move the body through different dimensions and using animals as the inspiration, it's just a way of challenging the body so that you can become more flexible, more adaptable, more agile, and using literally like the animal as the...
I was hoping it was going to be like goat yoga, where you do the yoga with like the goats and have the animals around you. That's what I was hoping it was. I was like, oh, that sounds like fun.
But Tom, this sounds like something we could do. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I move like a sloth. Let's go with the sloth movement. Just hang out on a tree for 24 hours.
let me cheat on to the next topic, shall we? Sujith, though, I want to say thank you so much for joining us again on the show.
Thank you so much.
But next up, we are learning healthy ways to cope with stress, regulate our emotions, and improve our relationships with the founder of the Free Spirit Collective. Plus, we're closing out with some great music on set, so stay right here.